Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dan McIntyre. I'm happy to welcome you all to Blue Slate's class of 2023's High School Graduates. We're all joined together to send this year's seniors into the real world. The first step towards our futures as adults. Some of you may feel scared, some of you may feel excited, but don't worry, everyone has their struggles right away, but they always end up finding their way in this world. As I look around this room, I see the faces of everyone who has supported us through our journey. We see the teachers who have challenged and inspired us. We see our friends and family who have cared for and loved us through tough times. And lastly, we see the community that has embraced and helped shape us into the people we are today. On behalf of Blue Slate's class of 2023, I'd like to thank you all for everything you've done to prepare us for our next step in our lives. Now, let's begin our ceremony.
At this time, I'd like to welcome Greta Barrett to the podium.
One thing you should know about the class of 2023 is that we don't always get along with one another. We always get mad at each other over the littlest things, like deciding if someone actually got out or not during dodgeball, or how we constantly have to wait for one another to find their lines when reading Shakespeare and Miller's. However, lately within the last few weeks, as summer was approaching, us seniors began to realize that our time together was coming to an end. So we started to reminisce on the memories we've had together from elementary to junior high, and more recent memories during our high school years. Throughout the month of May, we've had endless advisories filled with conversations of, oh, remember when this happened? Or remember when they did this? Or we look at old pictures and watch videos of us singing horribly at our elementary choir concerts. So today, I want to take you through our nostalgic 20-minute advisories. We would start out with elementary, first talking about how naughty the class we were. From the time we were all put on the wall for the entire recess because we were too loud during lunch, to the year that the girls did the cup song for whole class periods that had drove Miss Buckwood so insane, she ended up putting a band on it for the rest of the school year. Then, we would always end up talking about a field trip that we once had. One of the field trips we went on was in 6th grade to a park with a 200-foot tall fire tower that we got to climb. I remember I was in the last group along with Edwin Zerbeck and Everett danced. Of course, Everett insisted that he would go first and Edwin and I would follow. Once we got about halfway up, we saw Everett hunched over with his knees shaking as he told us that we could go ahead of him because he was too scared to climb to the top. Shocker. Another core memory from elementary was our 3-day stay at Laurentian. We would discuss how all of us somehow ended up falling into the bog, or who won the game of girls versus boys in tug of war. Now, I have always remembered it, and many of the other girls too, that us girls quickly won against the boys. No doubt. Well, during one of our advisories, we actually found a video of it, and turns out the boys did win, and let me tell you, they have terrible sportsmanship. They celebrated by doing somersaults and cartwheels, jumping in the air, and coming up to us, clapping in our faces, and they yelled booyah over and over again. Finally, within the last 5 minutes left before lunch, we would talk about more recent things that have happened during high school. You would think that since we got older, we wouldn't be so childish and we would act as young adults. Well, that definitely wasn't the case for us. For example, during junior year, someone dared Gavin Leno to eat a worm for $5. Or the time we made petitions and posters and even went on the school's intercom because we were mad that the 7th graders were beating us in a dress-up contest. And you better believe that every time we played Kahoot, we would put semi-inappropriate names because we thought it was so funny and it made our teachers mad. Oh, by the way, Daddy went home $5 richer that day. While graduation is a time to remember the past, it's also a time to appreciate and value the things that will be gone once we exit this building and start a new chapter of our lives. Our grade had been blessed with new students like Mason Jogomecki, Sarah Garvey, A.C. Pagan, and so many more amazing and talented individuals that our class wouldn't be the same without. While I've stated many times that I can't wait to graduate, I will miss the small aspects that come along with high school. I'll miss the time Aiden Larson showed up to Steve Oziva's government class on Halloween dressed up as Jesus. I'll miss Jackson Anderson and Harmony Fortune's matching outfits. And I'll miss seeing Sam Morales randomly walking in the hallways when he should be in class. The last thing I would like you, class of 2023, to do is to not take any moment or person here for granted. After we walk across the stage and receive our diplomas, there is no turning back to the life we once known. There will be no more seeing each other every day, no more conversations at the lunch table, and there will be no more victories reminiscing on the moments we've had together. After we leave this building, all that we have left at high school are memories. Thank you.
Now I'd like to welcome to the stage Laura Stevens.
Good afternoon, family, friends, guests, and my fellow classmates of the class of 2023. Before I begin, I would like to thank the administration and staff who have helped make today possible, especially Mr. Cummins, Mr. Butchie, the office, and the custodians who put in many extra hours preparing for this day. And of course, thank you to all of the teachers who have pushed, prodded, and guided us along the way. Many of us would not be here without that extra help. Today, we have all come together to celebrate a major milestone in our lives, high school graduation. It's the day we have anticipated since way back in elementary school when our teachers told us your graduation year is 2023. As kids, it seems so far away that it is nearly impossible to comprehend. For parents too, doesn't it seem like just yesterday you watched us participate in track and field day for the first time? Well, it's finally 2023, and senior year has officially come and gone. At this point, many of us are ready. Actually, I don't think there's ever been a class more ready to be done with high school than us. We certainly aren't like every other graduating class, and our experience has been rather abnormal. We are the smallest class to graduate from Moose Lake High School in nearly 100 years, since the Great Depression. We haven't always been this small, though. In 5th grade, even in 9th grade, there were nearly 50 of us. Over time, kids started moving away, transferring schools, and homeschooling. And this left the rest of us in kind of a weird spot. Suddenly, some of our best friends were gone and we were alone. And just when things were going badly, they got worse. COVID-19 shut the world down, and for nearly half of our high school years, we only saw half of our classmates. Flash forward to junior year, the dynamic between us undoubtedly changed. We can all agree that we weren't exactly the most cohesive group, didn't all hang out on weekends or have last-minute study sessions, and we had some pretty disastrous debates about communism in Miss J's class. To quote her, "This is the worst debate I've ever heard." So you get the point. We weren't the closest, and we didn't have the most athletes or the most school spirit either, but who cares? Because these are the things that make us different. These are the things that make us the class of 23. We are a unique and diverse group of individuals who come from different backgrounds and have different perspectives. Even though our high school experience hasn't been exactly typical, I know we all have memories that make us laugh from somewhere along the way. Everett's positive spin on child labor laws or deep interest in North Korean government. Ethan's fondness for public speaking. Sam running a tamale shop from his locker. And Kaden learning that you actually should brush your tongue. But we also have a lot of shared experiences, which is something that will never change. When half of our class moved away, we coped with it. We put ourselves out there and made new friends. We learned to spend time by ourselves, and most importantly, we continued to show up. When COVID came along, we kept learning. It was unconventional and uncomfortable, but we kept learning. When school was challenging or life threw something in your path, we kept fighting. You guys were the ones who showed up. Here we are now, only minutes away from officially graduating. No doubt many of us are nervous about what comes next, about who we'll become once we walk out those doors for the last time. It's not going to be easy. We'll be out in the real world, no longer safe in the comfort of familiar hallways, around people we've known our whole lives. At times, it will probably get lonely. However, we should all enter this next phase of our lives with confidence. Just think about all you've gone through over your time here. We've already experienced loss and loneliness when our friends moved away. We were put into uncomfortable situations with COVID. We passed all of Mr. Elias's classes. We did well enough on Miss J's projects, and we were able to endure and graduate high school despite it all. I commend you for the work you've done to make it here, and for continuing to show up, even through adversity and setbacks. Once again, congratulations, class of 2023. For everyone else, remember us as being small but mighty in our own unique way. Thank you.
Now I'd like to welcome Mr. Lee Stevenson to the stage.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here to support these seniors. It means a lot. Those of you that wanted me to speak one more time, I know that's not all of you, but you guys have voted for me. Thank you. This is the first time I've ever been able to do this, and so this is particularly meaningful this year. Thank you to the audience for being here to celebrate the seniors today. I'm very lucky to get to be a high school teacher in a small town. It's really a special thing to work with kids in middle school and high school and get to be a part of their growing up and see them change over time, turn into young adults. Being a small town high school teacher means I get to know families. Siblings move through the school, and over the course of years, we get to know families that we probably wouldn't if we were in some different line of work. Doing this for as long as I have, even getting to know a second generation of students. There's been a lot of special families, the Adamsacks and Bennett's and Jusacks and Giles and Lanos. Second generation, Clausen, Beer. With these kids, it's been more than just middle school to graduation, though. I've known this class since they were in kindergarten. Watched them in elementary sports, went to Laurentian with them. So this is very special. So, seniors. I know many of you are expecting me to veer off into some area of World War II or something. Might happen, or citizenship, ancient Rome, lesson in economics. But I think today I just want to celebrate you, to congratulate you. So while I could quote song lyrics from a band no one knows, except Harmony, hope you're still here, Harmony, yes, how do you walk out? I've already done that. I could talk about human endurance, inspire you to keep going when it feels hopeless. Use Bob Leckie and Eugene Sledge and their experience on Pelly Lou as a reference. But I've already done that. I could talk to you about choices you'll make later in life, over the next few years, and how to make choices by weighing the costs and benefits. But I already did that with you. I could encourage you to make and keep human connections. It's a changing world that we live in. We can sit in your room and communicate with people and never be in the same room as them. And I think it's important to make and keep those connections. And I've already had that conversation. I'd like to walk up close to you here right now and stand behind you for part of this speech and sit down next to you to make sure you're awake. Tap you on the shoulder, try to get you to say something to me right now about how weird is this? How does this feel? What's with these hats? I don't know. Do you know? Let's just talk that over and see how it comes across to us. So I'd like to call on you now and say, what is with these hats? Do you know? No, you could get custom stoles to wear at graduation. I love it. Yes. Sam. I like it. So the reason I had these conversations with you in the past about making choices and human endurance and making relationships, it just was my best effort. I wanted to give you something meaningful, something that after sitting in my class and hearing me yammer on, that there would be something beyond trivia, something that might mean something later. So that's what I did, and I hope you'll remember one of those conversations, because I will definitely remember you guys. There's no doubt about that. I'd actually like a few more class periods with you, to be be honest, because still got a few things to say. But this isn't about me and history or economics. I'd like to make it that way. It's about you. So that's why we're here today. To celebrate you. You stuck it out. The bunch of you that were in my class in 9th grade, whittled down to you guys, kept doing it, did the chores, showed up. And so I appreciate it. I appreciate seeing you right here. And I will miss you, no doubt. You've earned this celebration, and that's what I want to do today, is celebrate you, and you in particular. So this isn't too deep or profound, but it's my last chance to say something that maybe will be meaningful in some small way. Work hard, have fun, good luck. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this class has fulfilled all the state and local district requirements for graduation from Moose Lake High School. Superintendent Steen, School Board Chair Blondo, I hereby present the class of 2023 to you for graduation. Students, as I read your name, please come forward and receive your diploma. Kelly Georgianne Alsacker. Jackson Thomas Anderson. Emma Jean Valentine. Richard Jerome Balut III. Mason Ray Vandermeer. Greta Lynn Barrett. Ava Jo Beard. Nicholas Harvey Feisey. Jordan May Belden. Connor Dale Clausen. Everett Allen Gamps. Sarah Ann Garvey. Ethan Ezekiel Humphrey. Dallas Nicole Johnson. Mason Andrew Jokamaki. Aiden Eugene Larson. Gavin Leon Leno. John Paul Herman Mesogenik. Daniel James Nickrod. Samuel Angel Morales. Brianna Gail Owens. Macy Ryan Hagan. Caden Charles Prevent. Amanita Grace Sheets. Landon Matthew Smith. Laura Ann Stevenson. Ethan Lane Stone. Adeline Grace Zerbeck. Sydney Jo Temminen. Luke Hunter White. Congratulations to the Moose Lake High School graduating class of 2023.
I didn't get it either.
¿Sí lograste? Yo tampoco.
They went way too soon.
Yeah, I know exactly.
She's really sad right now.
What?